Hello friends, in this session I discuss on how to install Hadoop on Windows. Hadoop is basically supported by the Linux platform and its facilities. If you are working on Windows, you can use Cloudera VMware that has pre-installed Hadoop. On you can use Oracle VirtualBox or VMware Workstation. In this session, I will be demonstrating the installation process of Hadoop using VMware Workstation 12. You can use any of the above to perform the installations. So, I will do this by installing CentOS on VMware. So, first is the pre-requirements of the installations. So first is VirtualBox, or we can say VMware or Cloudera. Any of this can be used for installing the operating system on. Next is operating system. So you can install Hadoop on Linux-based operating system, Ubuntu and CentOS, or very commonly used among them. In this tutorial, we have used a CentOS. Next is Java. You need to install the Java 8 package on your system. Next is Hadoop. You require the Hadoop 2.7.3 package. So, for the Hadoop installations on Windows, the first steps is installing VMware Workstation. For that, you have download VMware Workstations. Once downloaded, open the .exe file and set the location as required. Next is follow the required steps for installations for the Hadoop. So in next steps, step number 2, we have installing CentOS. So for that, install CentOS from the link. Save the file in any desired locations. So now in step number 3 is setting up CentOS in VMware 12. So when you open VMware, you can see this window. So click on the create a new virtual machine. Then, as seen in the screenshot, browse the location of your CentOS file you downloaded for the first step. And in second, click on the next. Now, for the first, you have choose the name of your machine. Here, I have give the name of CentOS 64-bit. In second, then click the next. Now, in these steps, for the first, you have specified the disk capacity. Here, I have specified it to 20 GB. And in next step, for click next. Now, you have click on finish. After this, you should be able to see window as shown in this image. This screen indicates that you are booting the system and getting it ready for installations. You will be given a time of 60 seconds to change the option for install CentOS to others. You will need to wait for 60 seconds. If you need the options, select to be installed CentOS. Remember one thing, in the image, you can see 3 options such as I finish installing, change disk and help. you do not need to touch any of this until your CentOS is successfully installed. At the moment, your system is being checked and it getting ready for installations. Once the checking percentage reach 100%, you will be taken to a screen as like this image. So this is about step number 3. Now in step 4, you can choose your language. The default language is English, and that is what I have selected. For that, in the first, if you want to any other language to be selected, specify it. In second, click on the continue. So this is step number 4. In step 5, setting up the installation process. From step 4, you will be directed to a window with various options as shown in figure. So for that, first to select the software type, click on the software selection options. For that, now you will be see the following window. For one, select the server with GUI options to give your server a graphical appear, and second, click on the done. After selecting on done, you will be taken to the main menu where you have previously select software selection. Now, next, you will need to click on installation destination. For that, now you will see the following window. First, select server with GUI option to give your server graphical name. And second is done. After clicking on done, you will be taken to main menu where you have previously selected software selection. So now on clicking this, you will be see the following or that image. For that, first is under other software option, select I would like to make additional space available. For the second, then select the radio button that say I will configure partitioning. And third is click on the done. Now, next you will be taken to another window. So in this image, for that first select the partition schema here as standard partition. Now you need to add 3 mount points here. For doing that, click on plus sign. Now for select the mount point or boot as shown above. For the next, select the desired capacity as 500 MIB as shown in image. Then click on add mount point. Then again click on plus sign to add another mount point. Then this time select the mount point as swap and desired capacity is 2 GIB. Then click on add mount point. Now to add the last mount point, click on plus sign again. Now add another mount point slash and click on add mount point. Now you have click on done and you will see this image. Remember this is just to take you aware of all the changes you had made in the partitioning of your drive. Now click on accept change if you are sure about the partition you have made. Now next is select network and host name. For that, you will be take to a window as shown like this. For that, for the first point, set the Ethernet setting as on. Second is change the host name if required. Third is apply the setting. And fourth is finally click on done. Now, next is click on being installing the OS. So this about the step number 5. Now in this step number 6 we have configurations. So once you complete step number 5, you will see this window where the final installation process will be completed. But before that, you need to set the root password and create a user. So for that, click on root password, which will be direct you to show this image. In these 3 steps you have performed. First is enter your root password here. Second is confirm the password, and third is click on the done. Now click on user creation and you will be directed to this image. In this image you have see the 6 steps. So in first step you have entered your full name. Here I have entered IntelliPart. For the second steps, you have entered your username. Here I have entered IntelliPart. This generally comes up automatically if you have not entered. Third steps is you can either make this password based or make this a administrator or user administrator. Fourth is enter the password. For the fifth, you have confirmed your password, and sixth, finally click on done. So you will see the reboot button as seen this image when your installation is done, which takes up to 20 to 30 minutes. In the next screen, you will see the installation process is progress. Remember one thing, it will take about 3 seconds for the CentOS to start. Wait until a window pops up to accept your license. So this about the step number 6. Now in step number 7, setting up the license informations. For that, you have accept the license informations. Now in step 8 is the login into CentOS. You will see the login screen as in the figure. So here you have entered your ID and password, which you have set up in step number 6. So your CentOS install is now completions. Now you need to start working on CentOS and not on your local operating system. If you have jumped to these steps because you are already working on Linux or Ubuntu, then continue with the following steps. Remember one thing, all commands need to be run on the terminal. You can open the terminal by right-click on the desktop and select Open Terminal. So, in step number 9, downloading and installing Java 8. So, for that, click to download the Java 8 package, save this file in your home screen, and extract the Java tar file using the given image command. Now, in step 10, download and installing Hadoop. For that, download a stable release package as a zip file from the link and unpack it somewhere on your file system. Extract the Hadoop file using the showing in the image of your terminal. So in that you have see the command. So now you will be directed for this window after applying the command for the extract of the Hadoop file. For step number 11 is moving Hadoop to a location. For that, use this command to move your file to a particular locations. Here, our file is Hadoop for the operating systems. Remember one thing, the location of the file you want to change may differ for demonstration purpose. I have used this location and this will be same throughout this session. You can change it according to your choice. Here, home will remain the same. IntelliPath is the username I have used. You can change it according to your username. Hadoop is the location where I want to save this file. You can change it as well if you want. Now, in step 12, editing and setting up Hadoop. For that, first you need to set the path with the help of this given file. You can set the path from the root user by using the command is .bashrc. Before you edit this command, you need to check your Java configurations. So, enter to see your Java configuration. You have enter this command to check the configuration of Java. Now, you will see this image for all the Java version available in the machine. Here, since I have only one version of Java, which is the latest one, it's on the figure. For you can have multiple version as well. For that, you need to select a version you want to work on. As you can see, here is the highlighted path in the screenshot. Copy this path and place in the edit file. This path is just for being used in upcoming steps. Enter the selection number. You have select here. I have select the number 1. Now open .bashrc file with the VI editor. For that, the screen oriented text editor is Linux. Remember one thing, you have to become a root user first to able to edit bashrc file. Now enter the command su. You will see prompt the password. Now enter your root password. When you get logged into your root user, enter the command .bashrc. So the above command take you the VI editor and you should be able to see the follow like screen which you have seen here. For next is to access this, press insert on your keyboard and then start writing the given set of codes for setting a path of your Java. After writing the code, click on escape on your keyboard and write the command wq. This will save and exit you from the VI editor. The path has been set now as it can see in the image. Now, step number 13 is adding configuration file. For that, open hadoop-env.sh with the VI editor using the shown the image command. Now, replace this path with the Java path to tell Hadoop which path you use. You will be see the image after selecting that path. Now, change the Java_home variable to the path you had copied in the previous step. Now, in the step number 14, there are several XML files that need to be edited and you need to set the properties and the path of them. For that, editing code-site.xml, use the same command as in the previous step and just change the last part to code-site.xml as the scene image. Now you will be see this window. Now enter the highlighted command in between the configuration tag. Now exit from this window by entering the command wq. Now editing yarn-site.xml, enter the command showing this image. Now after complete this, you can see this window. Now you have entered the command in between the configuration tab which is shown in this image. After that, exit from this window by pressing escape and then writing the command wq. Now you have added the map-read-site.xml. For that, you have copy or rename a file map-read map-read-site.xml template with the name map-read-site.xml. Remember one thing, if you go to the follow given path, you will see that there is no file named like map-read-site.xml. For that, you have first go for the home, then go IntelliPart, then Hadoop, then Hadoop 2.7.3, then follow that path, continue, you have not find out the Hadoop folder. Now you will be copy the content of map-read-site.xml template to map-read-site.xml. For that, you have follow the highlighted command which is shown in the screen. Once the content have been copied to a new file named like map-read-site.xml, you can verify it by going to this path like home, IntelliPart, then Hadoop, 2.7.3, and etc, then Hadoop. After complete that, you have used the highlighted command and configuration. Now, in the new window, enter the highlighted command in between the configuration tab. After that, you have exit using escape and the command WQ. Now you have editing hdfs-site.xml file. Before editing hdfs-site.xml, two directories have to be created, which will be contain the name node and data node. For that, you have entered the highlighted code for creating a directory or name node. Remember one thing here, make directory means creating a new file. Now, similarly, to create the data node directory, you have enter the highlighted command. Now, go to the highlighted path to check both the files like home, then IntelliPart, then Hadoop underscore store, then HDFS. For that, you can find both directories in the specified file in the showing in the image. Now, to configure hdfs-site.xml, you have used the highlighted command. Then you have enter the highlighted command between the configuration tag. Now, next is exit using escape and write the command WQ. That's all about the configurations. Now, after configuration are done and Hadoop installation is done now. Now, in the step number 15, checking the Hadoop. You will now need to check whether the Hadoop installation is successfully done on your system or not. For that, first you have go to the location where you had extract the Hadoop tar file. For that, right click on the bin and open it in the terminal. Now write the highlighted command ls. Next, if you see this window, then it means the Hadoop is successfully installed. So this way we have installed Hadoop in the Windows. So thank you friends watching this video. I hope you can understand how Hadoop is installed in Windows. Thank you.